Good evening, everyone. This is Robert T. Green, the CEO of Pre-Post Game, also known as the Pleasure Pit, Educate and Empower, Protect the athlete and the family's best interest. Today is September the 13th. I think it's approximately 8:39 p.m. Doing this quick podcast to talk about perception is a one-way street. We're here in Virginia, Florence, as you can see. It's this way. We're not really gonna make it to Florence to make it to Virginia though. So God is good and want to send all of our brothers and sisters in North Carolina well wishes and safe recovery and preparation, and make sure they wake up to see another day tomorrow, which is the most important thing. Not your property, not your anything, but your will to get up and be able to continue to try to be better the next day. Athletes, parents, I want to tell you guys, hang in there. As you guys know, the transfer rules coming in October. So when October comes, October 15th, a lot of you guys are already ready to be out of there. Again, where most people, including the media, write stories, things such as the turnover chain, turnover book bag, turnover this, turnover that, and not cover the real situations such as your actual injuries, not getting the proper treatment to recover, playing time lies, all these things that's misled you to go do certain things that you want to do in your livelihood. Now, I'm all for, like I said, when you make a commitment, standing on that commitment and following through with it. But I'm also about transparency and understanding that out of the 700 universities or so that play football in this country, about 650 of those actual coaches are using those athletes and those families to get another job. So therefore, it's a one-way street. Like I said, again, that's what the perception is. So if you as the media, if you as a parent, you as an adult want to ask questions about what's really going on and understand why athletes make decisions the way they do, why don't you ask them? They can speak for themselves. Like I said, again, at the end of the day, perception is what it is. Dark, light. Depending on what you want to see is what you're going to believe. And at the end of the day, you're talking about kids at the earliest level, situations such as sports and actually validating who you are. People don't realize the NCAA was created in 1906, and if you know what 1906 in the United States of America was like for minorities and African Americans in particular, when you create a system and an ecosystem that basically is written out, executed, and planned by someone who, like I said, does not look like me, but yet you expect me to be able to have my needs met, you are sadly mistaken. And in 2018, once again, it goes to show you that because there's so many people making money off the backs of these athletes and these families that they continue to ignore and disregard the real factual situation. Child labor, these guys putting their lives on the line. Again, you haven't shown me one kid right now that's making a 6 or 7 figure job with this so-called free education. If you look at our podcast that I put out the other day on my post, like I said, there's 2.4% of African American athletes that play in the Power 5 conference, yet 55% of those athletes are actually on the football team and 56% are actually on the basketball team, which means in football, that's 44 guys out of the 100 usually on the roster. 44, which is too deep, means the entire roster that's particularly African American is what these guys are at these universities are building their actual system on. And none of them are graduating, not with a degree that literally warrants them doing anything. As you realize, if you're a top-rated athlete, you're gone within 3 years anyway. So the reality is you're not getting at a degree. You're actually making a school billions of dollars and going about your business in that scenario. And then when your career is over, the reality is you are who you surround yourself with. So once you get around money and fame, and they think you're going to go back to school, start doing things that literally mean getting true education about what you're trying to do, it's not going to happen. So like I said, again, let's stop kidding ourselves. Let's protect our kids. Let's protect our institutions. Let's start holding ourselves accountable for what we do. Again, the reason why I do this is because at the end of the day, everything that I speak of, I've experienced, I understand it, I went through it, and I made some poor choices and bad decisions, and I don't want to see the same families and the same athletes make the decisions that I did. So again, this is Robert T. Green, the CEO of Pre-Post Game, here to educate and empower, protect the athletes and the family's best interests alone. For more information, check me out at the Players Rep 1 on Twitter, the Players Rep 1 on Instagram, or follow us at prepostgame.com. Look forward to talking to you guys again. Be safe traveling back and forth. Like I said, Lawrence won't hit Virginia, but like I said, prayers and thoughts and wishes to our people out in North Carolina. You guys be well, and God bless. It's bigger than us. Always has been, always will be.